Hello, everybody, and a pleasant good afternoon, evening, or wherever you may be listening to this all around the world. I'm Ben Charles. This is another weekly wrestling roundup. Yes, we're going to review Dynamite and SmackDown all within the same exact episode, so we're not going to waste a lot more time. AEW Dynamite from November the 16th, 2022, from the Total Mortgage Arena in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I don't know why the hell we're in Bridgeport, Connecticut tonight. I don't know why. Anyway, Excalibur, Taz, who else was on commentary tonight? It wasn't JR. It was Excalibur, Taz, and Tony Schiavone. Okay. Anyway, Ian Riccaboni is on commentary. He joins us for this match. Jericho and Sammy Guevara make their way down as a part of the JAS. By the way, the JAS and the Blackpool Combat Club are still fucking feuding. It's been 7 months. These motherfuckers are still feuding. Please, stop feuding. And please end this feud. Please. This is ridiculous. The crowd sings along to Judas, both men pose in the ring. Claudio comes out next, followed by Bryan Danielson, and they get solid ovation from the crowd. Apparently, this Bridgeport, Connecticut crowd is remembering them from their WWE days. I have no idea. Bridgeport, Connecticut, this crowd was fucking atrocious. But it was actually, I'll take that back. It was not worse than Baltimore last week, or 2 weeks ago, pardon me, but, still. This crowd was just, uninterested tonight. Anyway. Alright, we begin the matchup. All you need to know, really, this is a rematch pretty much from 3 weeks ago. It's Claudio and Bryan Danielson versus Jericho and Sammy Guevara. This is pretty much a rematch from, last month. I didn't want to see this match again, but this was fine. All you need to know is that Claudio hit some offense. Pretty much both teams went back and forth. Bryan Danielson with a big chop to Sammy. He hits some roundhouse kicks. Sammy goes after the injured eye of Bryan Danielson, attacking Jericho. He chops onto Bryan. Then he catches his arm, stomps his elbow into the mat. Claudio attacks him with uppercuts, and he stretches Jericho like a pretzel all of a sudden. That's weird. Jericho fights back with Bryan with a blind tag. Both men exchange chops as Jericho tagging Sammy. They double shoulder tackle Bryan and then pose. JAS did a lot of posing tonight. Please, stop posing. Jesus Christ. I understand y'all heels, but stop posing. Anyway, Jericho attacked Bryan's eye with the badge. The referee was distracted. That is an automatic fucking... Who was this referee? Who's the referee tonight for this match? Was it Aubrey Edwards? If it was Aubrey Edwards, she needs to get fucking fined. How the fuck are you that idiotic and not see the baseball bat? Anyway, commercial break. Both men struggle to their corners, and he takes out Jericho. He yanks Sammy into the ring. He chucks Sammy Guevara into Jericho. Does Claudio. He hits a rapid-fire uppercut flurry. Man hit probably 30, maybe 35 uppercuts. I have no idea. He hits a big Larry for a 2 count. He sets up for the Gotch neutralizer, but Jericho avoids it. Claudio with the springboard off the ropes for a 2 count. Jericho looks for the walls. Claudio kicks him off, sets up Jericho for the giant swing. Sammy then attacks Claudio, and Claudio catapults Jericho into the ropes. And then he falls over the walls. Bryan takes a Sammy shotgun dropkick. He fires up Claudio as he tags in. Bryan Danielson and Claudio tagging. Danielson and Guevara faced off. Forearms, rolling elbow. The kicks to Sammy, but he ducks the last one. He goes back to the eye. Sammy would go to hell, but Bryan rolls into the label lock. Center of the ring, and Sammy Guevara gets to the ropes. Jericho with the lion salt on Bryan Danielson. Claudio launches Sammy, kills him with an uppercut. Jericho sends Claudio out as Bryan, and Jericho bumps heads in the middle. Bryan Danielson takes on Sammy Guevara for the tag. Claudio double legs Sammy into the swing. Jericho has hold of his bat as Claudio sends him around about 20 times. Then he takes out the bat, hits a sharpshooter on Jericho, holding the Ring of Honor World Championship, and he taps out. Chris Jericho tapped out clean on live TV, and a champion just got submitted on live TV. This is the go-home show before Full Gear. Alright, well, Claudio and Bryan Danielson, they did their thing. Jericho and Guevara did their thing. I thought this was fine, but I didn't care about this match necessarily. I'll give Rasslin 6.5. Logic, I'll give it a 5 maybe because Jericho lost. Plus, this match did not need to happen tonight at all. I would have been fine with Bryan Danielson versus, I would have been fine with Claudio versus Sammy again. That would have made sense. But other than that, I didn't care about this match. Post-match, we got a Jon Moxley and MJF hype package, interviews from JR, Excalibur, the entire commentary team, and then they run down DraftKings as we go to a commercial break. I don't know. Alright, first thing we see from commercial break is Sting driving in a body bag. I think Sting was watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Nicolas Cage. I don't know what the fuck was he doing tonight. Anyway, Darby emerges from the body bag. Sting is driving the car. He says, "Full gear. It's showtime." Please. We cut to Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, who is still fucking employed. Before Jared walks in, still employed. He cuts a short promo and he runs off the crew. Why? I don't know. Swerve Strickland versus Anthony Bowens. First of all, I gotta say something really fast. This is very important. Why the fuck did we have back-to-back champions losing on this show? Why? Fucking why? I don't understand you fucking goons over in AEW. Jesus Christ. Swerve Strickland versus Anthony Bowens. Max Caster comes out. He has a rap about Jay Leno. Jay Leno is fucking relevant in 2022. No, he's not. Bullshit. Billy and him. Oh, fuck. The whole. God. The scissoring thing. Oh, God. Their gimmick. I swear to God, the scissoring gimmick is getting stale. I swear it's getting stale. I don't get it. Anyway, they're introducing a new music video to everybody. Captain Insano. Yes. Paul White in the Captain Insano outfit, which has been rumored for years. It is now a real thing. Paul White was wearing blue, and he looked older, which was weird. Anyway, Anthony Bowens is interviewing him. We got to a parody, Swerve and Lee. Then Moxley promo acts about their chances. They all laugh at them, and it becomes over-exaggerated before it comes to the video. The entire premise is essentially mocking Lee and Swerve being sneaky, how Keith Lee looks like Cleveland Jr. from the Cleveland Browns show. Jesus Christ. There is no relation between that. People say they're going to call him Cleveland Brown Jr. If I hear a Cleveland Jr. chant at Full Gear, I'm not going to be laughing because Keith Lee does not look like Cleveland Brown Jr. No, absolutely not. What the fuck is everybody on? Swerve's rap career. He also rapped about Swerve's rap career, how it was fucking terrible. Yes, this is the Hand for a Hand music video I'm referring to. And, that was the whole music video. I'm not really going to review it because it's better off if I don't. Alright, Swerve makes his way down next without Keith Lee. Billy Gunn immediately takes him out again. Jesus Christ. Billy Gunn attacking both men. Wouldn't that make Billy Gunn a heel? But then, Swerve and Our Glory, they're kind of tweeners. So Billy Gunn is essentially a heel? There's no logic in that. They send Max Caster and Billy Gunn to the back. Well, all you need to know for this match really is that these two actually had a decent match. This match went around 8 or 9 minutes. But all you need to know really is that Anthony Bowens did all right for himself. Swerve was focusing on the arm of Anthony Bowens, and Anthony Bowens set up for the arrival, but Swerve goes after the arm. Swerve with a roll-through brainbuster, which was awesome, and then a roundhouse kick for a 2 count. Swerve with an arm breaker, and then the Swerve stomp and another kick out, and then Anthony Bowens avoids a Swerve kick. He tries a roll-up, but Swerve comes back with a JML driver, 1, 2, 3. And one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions just got pinned clean on live national TV. Tony Khan, stay off the weed. Come on, bro. Anthony Bowens losing on live national television on fucking TBS. What the fuck are you smoking backstage, Tony Khan? Seriously. Jesus Christ. And it's already bad enough that fucking Lee Johnson is getting the title shot. Why the fuck did Anthony Bowens lose this match? Rasslin 5, Logic 1. Give me a break. And I'm not even a fan of Anthony Bowens like that. I don't even know why he lost. This match shouldn't have even happened, as far as I'm concerned. Swerve should have won against somebody like, who should he won against? He should have won against somebody of the Dark Order, bruh. Dark Order is absolutely doing nothing. Nothing. Where the fuck has the Dark Order been? Oh, I know where it's been. Catering. And oh no. This will be one of the first instances of get the fuck off my television. Jay Cargill cuts a promo. Jay says she's given everything to the TBS Championship and how rude it is Nyla just comes in and steals it. Nyla says she's her wake-up call in AEW and why storms are named after people, and Jade fires back. Apparently Jade had a comment saying that she is the real Storm and that she is that bitch. Jay Cargill and Nyla Rose, get the fuck off TV. Please get off TV. Jesus Christ. Tony Schiavone in the ring. He introduced Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe attacked Wardlow last week. For those of you who did not know or have been living under a rock for the past couple of weeks, Samoa Joe finally turned heel. Thank God. Jesus Christ. And apparently Tony Khan was listening to the Rasslin and Logic Extra because Wardlow was not a fucking tag team, so he decided to turn Samoa Joe heel now. Great. Thank you. And by the way, we have a triple threat match at Full Gear. Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Wardlow. All in the same ring. There you go. Tony asks him what went down, and Joe answers, "It's a pleasure to share a ring with you. You state it's a shocker. It was unexpected." Samoa Joe laughs. He says, "Let me tell you, it is shocking. Is it shocking for a man to refuse to be a victim or state a fact and take action? Wardlow manned his mouth, and for that mistake he paid the ultimate price. Is that a shocker? He refuses to be a victim like these people tonight, and if anyone else or him has a problem, they can take it up with me." First of all, Samoa Joe used a lot of shocking and a lot of, he used shocking or shocker. Samoa Joe, please. If I hear you use that word one more time, somebody's going to get fined. I don't know who. Alright, moving on. Powerhouse Hobbs. Fuck. This segment. Oh my God. Powerhouse Hobbs music hits. He says, "Congratulations, but you're late." What? Late? Late to what? Powerhouse Hobbs, are you late to catering where you should have another cheeseburger? Give me a fucking break. What the fuck is he late for? What do you mean he's late? Why is this match even fucking happening? He says he's the one kicking Wardlow's ass. He says, "Why don't I come down and kick yours?" Joe taunts him and Wardlow music hits. He doesn't come out, but comes in and takes out Joe from behind, just like last week. Hobbs takes out Wardlow and in the locker room clears out. Why? I don't know. Why did we have a pull-apart brawl between all three of these men? I don't know. Hobbs and Joe leave the ring as Wardlow wipes out security. Dark Order allows him to attack, which is pretty funny, and he flies over the ropes to take out Hobbs, Joe, and security, and he celebrates in the ring. And we go to a commercial. All right, well, by the way, there's a lot of segments in this instance. There's like, what, 4 segments? Yeah. All right. Britt Baker promo. Oh, man. Britt Baker. My God, my God. You get worse and worse every time I see you. You can't cut a promo. Let me read everybody what this promo says, everybody. 4 times you told people I am not a star, and only been here 3 years. I turned into the face of this company in that time. I learned as a leader you take the blame when everyone else receives the credit. Whoa. Okay. So, okay. What does she mean by that? I learned as a leader you take the blame when everyone else receives the credit. First of all, Jamie Hayter gets the blame every time she fucking loses a match because of you. Yes. What the fuck is Britt Baker talking about? Britt Baker sounds fucking stupid. In this promo, she sounds dumb. She says, I took my opportunity and ran with it until everyone says it with me, DMD. Bitch, you're living off of 3 letters. Which, as far as I'm concerned, you really can get off my fucking television. You are fucking atrocious. Please. And I don't even care if you're the face of the AEW Women's Division. There are way better women in the AEW Women's Division. That is your ass. Way better. I don't know what the fuck you're referring to. No, I didn't wrestle Madison Square Garden, but I did wrestle Daly's Place for over a year. When people couldn't come to us, we were there for them. I don't care if y'all wrestled in Daly's Place. I don't care if y'all wrestled in a fucking gym. I don't care if y'all fucking wrestled in a fucking event hall. I don't care. No one fucking cares. Daly's Place and Madison Square Garden are 2 entirely different things. We kept the fire burning, and that's something you'll never know. Paige was fucking hurt for 4 years. And you're telling me that Paige wouldn't know? Saraya wouldn't know? Something you'll never know. Saraya knows. I respect you fought your addiction and your injury and paved the ground for me, but this business owes you nothing. Britt Baker, you owe me a fucking explanation why you are still helping Jamie Hayter win matches. That's what you explanation. That's an explanation right there. It moved on, and what you won't do is belittle me in my blood, sweat, and tears. I am the heart, soul, and pulse of AEW. Oh man, never ceases to amaze me the complete lack of intelligence by Britt Baker in this promo. Thumbs down promo, first of all. Number 2, you're not the heart and soul and pulse of AEW. Jon Moxley is more of the heart and soul of AEW. I don't know what the fuck you're referring to. If it's not Jon Moxley, it's Darby Allin. And if it's not him, it's MJF. What the fuck are you talking about? And she says, if you think you're above that, get the hell out. Oh yes, everyone in the AEW Women's Division is above you, Britt Baker. Get off my fucking television. Another title match coming up. Top Flight and AR Fox versus Death Triangle. This was actually the best match on this entire show. Easily. Actually, second best match on the show. I like the Ethan Page Bandito match a lot better than this match. Alright, Top Flight and AR Fox. By the way, AR Fox, for those of you who are not aware, AR Fox is a veteran. He's been in wrestling for really 15 years. You know, he's a good wrestler. And he used to be in Lucha Underground with he was Dante Fox. He was feuding with Swerve, Killshot at the time, and that was a great feud. So if you guys haven't checked out Lucha Underground, please check out Lucha Underground. It's on Tubi TV, I understand, and I believe it's also on there's a couple of things it's on, but other than that, I do know that it's free on Tubi. So there you go. All right, Darius Martin is back, everybody. Great. Death Triangle is out. This was a second best match on this show. There was a lot of good wrestling in this match. Arrow tags in. You got a great ovation from the crowd, by the way. He and Pac square off. We got a showcase of all 6 men's abilities and the size of Lucha Libre and high-flying wrestling. Lots of leapfrogs. Moonsaults, flips. AR Fox is a nice kick. He follows up in the corner with a cutter on Pac. Fox flies off the turnbuckle with a moonsault to the Lucha Bros. Jesus Christ. Death Triangle, Top Flight and Arrow Fox were fucking great in this match. But this match went, what, 8 or 9 minutes? 10 minutes? For the time that they were given, they did good. Death Triangle breaks it up and countered with a triple drop kick on Arrow Fox. And this match was fast. This was a good match, though. Great match. Darius Martin and Pac going at each other. Darren was a running boot and Pac onto Pac for a 1 count. Phoenix blind tags in. Dante jumps over Darius, takes out Phoenix. And Darius takes out Pac. Penta gets taken out by a suicide dive. And Dante takes out Phoenix and Pac. AR Fox takes out all of them. Phoenix in the ring. And AR hits a 450 splash for a 2 count, which was damn near close. That was a good looking 450 splash. Pac and Penta take out Top Flight. Ray Phoenix with a super kick, followed by the Fear Factor. The double team move that they do for the Lucha Bros. Ray Phoenix takes out Top Flight, and Pac hits the Black Arrow 1, 2, 3. Good match. Rasslin 7. And Logic, I'll give it a 6. So there you go. Good match. Excuse me, everybody. Post-match, Pac had a microphone. He asked the crowd if Death Triangle was stupid or unaware. They mentioned the Elite videos and rumors. He says if certain people think they can make their return in full gear and embarrass Death Triangle, well, that's ridiculous. You know who you are. The crowd chants Elite, by the way. He says, gentlemen, we are La Lucha Bros, in Spanish, by the way. We cut to a video of Gears, match graphics shown. The Elite fades into the graphic, showing an Elite versus Death Triangle match at Full Gear. Yes, we will review Full Gear next week. We've been waiting for you. We also see Ricky Starks talking about the Lance Archer attack. He challenges Lance Archer on Rampage, and they should start backstage. By the way, we are not reviewing Rampage at all. But I will say, for Rampage, boring show, and probably the most unimportant show ever. All you need to know, Ricky Starks advanced against Lance Archer in the tournament. So he will face the winner of our next match. No, pardon me. Ricky Starks will face Brian Cage in the AEW Full Gear World Title Eliminator Tournament. And who else advanced? Ethan Page. Bandito advanced last week. So Ethan Page versus Bandito in the World Championship Eliminator semifinal. Best match on the show. Easily best match on the show. And that's not saying much. I mean, Ethan Page is finally getting the push, and I'm all for it. I like it. Anyway, Ethan Page comes out cutting a promo about the reaction. Stokely Hathaway is coming to him. He says, "And winter is coming. It doesn't matter if it's Moxley or Maxwell Jacob Friedman." Bandito coming out in an outfit in black and gold, by the way. Bandito looks fucking fantastic tonight. Unfortunately, he did not win this match because anytime you wear black and gold, Wrestling 101 tells you you're not winning the match. And that's okay because Bandito just showed up in AEW anyway, and we're barely getting used to him. So we can use Bandito in a segment. Probably have him join Andrade when Andrade is out from his suspension. He can join La Fashion Inconnable. He'll be great in there. But Bandito and Rush probably still have beef, so I don't think that's a good idea. But I would love to see that. Anyway, Bandito fights out and tosses Page, so Page kicks him in the face. Bandito soars all sorts of attacks, and then with a head scissors, Page blocks a suplex, goes for his own, but Bandito knees out and deadlifts suplexes Page for 1 minute, by the way. Bandito, that was fucking awesome. Stokely Hathaway, get the fuck off TV. He distracts Bandito, and Page blindsides him. We go to commercial break. Drop toe hold Page into the corner, and then drop kicks Page off the apron. We're back from commercial now. Bandito up top with a moonsault off the post onto Page. He looked fucking great. Tornillo inside the ring, 2 count. Bandito tries with a 21 plex, but Page blocks it and hits a cutter, 2 count. He sets the Bandito up top, looking for the Avalanche Eagles edge like he did last week, but he counts with a Hurricane Rana. He one-hand press slams Page, which was fucking awesome, by the way. One hand, Ethan Page press slammed. That was very impressive. He goes up top, hits a frog splash for another 2 count. Stokely Hathaway is pacing hard, and he's nervous about his man. No homo. Bandito goes up top, but Page crotches him. And Bandito came down hard on his knee. Ethan Page goes up top, but Bandito blocks him. He heads up top, but Page counters with a body slam off the ropes and a missile shoulder tackle, which was fucking great, by the way. And then the Eagle's Edge to Bandito, 1, 2, 3. Ethan Page versus Bandito. I'll give this match 7.5, and I'll give Logic a 6. This was actually a good match. For the time that they were given, this was a good match. This was probably either first or second best match on the show. I said Death Triangle was second best match on the show. I was like, you know what? They might as well be the best match on the show. They were the best match on the show. So easily, I'll take it. But these 2 matches were fucking great. Anyway, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus promo. It highlights their history and rivalry, including Jungle Boy costing Luchasaurus the All-In Championship 2 weeks ago. Then express the footage with Renee Paquette giving her insights. Why? I don't know. And speaking of Renee Paquette, she's backstage with Saraya. She asks Saraya about how she feels about being clear and how she's prepared. Saraya says she's excited and never thought it would happen ever in her life. She's sick of the back and forth with Britt Baker, and she looks forward to Full Gear, which, by the way, we will review Full Gear in its entirety And Full Gear looks like another 4-hour pay-per-view, Tony Khan. Jesus fucking Christ. Video package with Ortiz and Kingston after commercial, talking about their match against Jun Akiyama and Kosuke Takeshita. Takeshita says, we will show you DDT style, and Eddie wanted this for decades. This is happening on Rampage. By the way, that was the main event of Rampage. I don't know why. Oh, by the way, another title match. By the way, main event of the show. This match was fucking awful, by the way. And not that I hate any women at all, but this was the main event of AEW Dynamite. And this was another title match. Okay, I want to know, what the fuck did... Okay, we're going to introduce a reoccurring segment on this show. It's called, What the Fuck Did they do to get a title shot? So, dun-dun-dun-dum, dun-dun-dun. What the fuck did Anna Jay do to get a title shot? Alright, so the reoccurring segment, here's how this goes. We figure out reasons why this certain man or woman gets a title shot. These are multiple choice questions. So here we go. Why did Anna Jay get an interim AEW Women's World Championship match? 1, she was in catering. 2, because Tony Khan had nothing else to do for her. 3, because she was a part of the JAS. Or 4, just because Tony Storm actually thought that she had a bigger ass than Anna Jay. I don't know. What the fuck are these women fighting over? The fuck out of here. Why was this a match? Why was this the main event? This match went 4 minutes, by the way. I don't know. But anyway, yes, if you're just coming into the reoccurring segment, the answer is B, because we don't fucking know why Anna Jay got a fucking title shot. Are you fucking kidding me? This match went 4 goddamn minutes. Waste of fucking time. I'm not even going to give this a no rating. I normally would, but I'm not. Because Anna Jay actually had a little bit of decent offense, but Tony Storm just dominated. It was pretty much a glorified squash match. No one cared about this match. I didn't care about this match. This was the main event of the show. Please stop doing this, Tony Khan, bro. Stop doing this. Why the fuck is Anna Jay getting a fucking title shot? I don't know. Alright, well, anyway, all you need to know, Tony Storm got the cloverleaf on Anna Jay, and Anna Jay immediately taps out. Tony Storm won. Jamie Hayter made her way down to the ring. They both draw at each other, and Tony holds the belt up as they stare each other down. By the way, AEW will be in England in 2023. Thank you. Yes. They will be at the O2 Arena in London, in England, in 2023. We don't know when. I will give you all more information about that. And they also run down the card for Full Gear. We will review Full Gear in its entirety. I mean, I really don't need to run down the card for Full Gear because, first of all, there's been no build for most of them. Plus, 2, we already may know the card for Full Gear anyway. We don't need to do that. Also, by the way, announced for the 0-hour Full Gear buy-in, Lee Moriarty versus Hook for the FTW title. Oh, by the way, that was on Rampage. And Athena versus Madison Rayne. I don't care. Alright. Main event segment. Jon Moxley, MJF. Oh boy. Yes, this is the final promo that these guys are going to do before Full Gear, which, as we said earlier on, we will review. Jon Moxley makes his way up to the crowd, accompanied by William Regal. Jon Moxley says that he is the best pro wrestler. I've taken on all comers and defined the AEW World Championship. He says, don't admire that I fight. He has a sick mind. Being in wars and pain and violence, he loves it and literally doesn't care about being hurt, about getting hurt. He asks, who is MJF? He says, MJF is a good singer. He has one win in the ring in 6 months. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. He has 1 win in 6 months. Yes. Yes. Apparently, I don't know. He took a vacation like Brian Pillman Jr. and came back for the worst ending to a ladder match he's ever seen, and now he's challenging me. Mox says he isn't shaking in his boots. He's seen MJF dripping with insecurity, a kid playing wrestler, and a kid afraid he won't live up to the hype. He says you'll see something special, and as Mox challenging MJF to show him the guts and balls and why everyone thinks he's the future. Stokely comes down the ramp, and Lee tried to attack Moxley, but Mean gets sent out. The Firm attacks Moxley and Regal when MJF music hits. He takes out the Gun Club, takes out Lee and low blows W. Morrissey. Page takes out Morrissey accidentally, and then MJF takes out Ethan Page. He says, by the way, MJF says, get out of Connecticut before I take my boot off and shut up your ass. I don't know why he said that. He turns his attention to Mox and says, I don't want any excuses from you or your pissant fans when I knock you out. No diamond ring, isn't that white will? When I got in this business, I want to be the best. I know I'm in the fight of my life, but no, I ain't the same kid when we first fought. You can dump me on my head, make me bleed, pop my ligaments, but I won't stop because I need that belt more than I need food, water, and oxygen. When you hold the title, it makes you the best, and it's my time. I heard you when you said I wasn't the devil. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he doesn't exist. Yes, MJF has to use the devil line once again, and also he just referenced The Usual Suspects for probably the 1,494 fucking time. Stop mentioning that movie, please. You'll find out a Full Gear because I am Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Mox Dobson says, I never saw the appeal anyway. If you got the heart, we'll see, or I'll pull it out for you. Full Gear, the training wheels comes off. Moxley says both Saturday and Sunday for the pay-per-view. It's not a 2-night show, John Moxley. You want Full Gear to be a 2-night show. Get out of here. And that's how the show goes off the air. All right. Well, closing thoughts on the segment. I thought the segment was weird. Well, not weird. I thought it was okay. It was okay, but MJF should have not beaten the fucking Firm simultaneously and by himself. That's ridiculous. And the Firm looks like fucking goons. No, they look like fucking goons tonight. I don't get it. All right, quick recap of AEW Dynamite. Claudio and Bryan Danielson versus Jericho and Sammy Guevara. I gave Rasslin for that match. I gave it a 6, and I gave Logic. No, did I give that? I gave that a 6, and Logic I gave it a 5. Swerve Strickland versus Anthony Bowens. I gave Rasslin for that match a 5, and Logic a 1, and that was because Anthony Bowens' arm was the problem, but other than that, there was no Logic having Swerve Strickland win. Death Triangle versus Top Flight and AR Fox. By the way, I'm going to go out on a limb. This was the best match on the show. I gave Rasslin 7. I gave Ethan Page Bandito 7.5. I'm giving that match. I'm changing my rating. Ethan Page Bandito is getting a 7. Death Triangle is getting a 7.5. So 7.5, and Logic I give it a 7. And Ethan Page Bandito, I gave that match a 7, and I gave Rasslin a 7 for Ethan Page and Bandito, and Logic for that match, I gave it a 6. Yeah, I did. Okay. And Toni Storm versus Anna Jay, I gave that match a 4. For Rasslin and Logic, probably a 1 because Toni Storm fucking, beat the fucking shit out of Anna Jay for like 4.5 minutes. Why was this the main event of the show? I don't know. But anyway, everybody, that's AEW Dynamite. We're going to review SmackDown right after this. All right, everybody, we're going to review Friday Night SmackDown from November 18th, 2022. I don't care necessarily where we were because SmackDown last week was fucking atrocious last week. This week, SmackDown was so much better. So anyway, everybody, if you notice that I'm sniffing, by the way, I'm okay. I'm not sick or anything. But my sniffing is better than Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was fucking 3 hours too long. And I will continue saying that Raw needs to be 2 hours until the end of time or until the new year. Please have Raw be 2 hours. Jesus Christ. Almost said 3 hours. Put it at 2 hours, please. Good Lord. All right. Anyway, the main story heading into this show was that we were going to figure out the 5th member of the Brawling Brutes' team. And also, the World Cup is still going on. Oh, by the way, our first match on the show was Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali. Great match. This was actually, this was the best match on the show, easily for SmackDown. So, anyway, Ricochet and Mustafa Ali, they went back and forth, man. These guys had great chemistry, and they worked together really, really, really well. And Ricochet wasn't even on 205 Live. Ricochet wasn't even on 205 Live, right? Because and all that other stuff. Ricochet wasn't even on 205 Live when that was still around. Mustafa Ali was, on 205 Live doing his thing. Ricochet was already on the main roster, and these guys work really well together. I cannot complain. Oh wait, actually, I skipped the segment. I apologize, everybody. We kicked off with the Brawling Brutes. They cut a promo. Sheamus and Drew standing by his sides. Brawling Brutes prepare to go to war with the Bloodline. Considering they have had a 20-year rivalry, they've gone to war numerous times. Sheamus tells Drew that the 20-year rivalry has created mutual respect. It created a bond and asked Drew to be his best man when he got married 3 weeks ago. The fans chant Usi as Sheamus tells him that he may have an Usi, but they want the Broody. Drew actually said Broody. Jesus Christ. Ass jokes on this show. Drew says he's feeling a little, moving on. Sheamus tells him there's no one else he'd rather be in the trenches with than Drew McIntyre. He asks Drew if he will be their honorary brute. Drew says no one wants it like to be outnumbered by the Bloodline and Drew McIntyre. Just when you think you have the upper hand, the Muppets multiply like rabbits, but even when the odds are even, it's a different story. And if he wants a different war, he'll go to war with his brother. Drew extends his hand, both men shake and hug. Rich Holland says it's fight night. Butch says the Survivor Series is War Games. Drew says he sees 4, but who could be the 5th man? Out comes Sami Zayn, who calls them his dogs. He called him DAWGS. Sami Zayn, don't use that word ever again. I know you're Canadian. I know you're super over, but don't you ever use that word again, bro. You was not black. Please, cut the shit. Sami Zayn says he thinks he speaks on behalf of the entire bloodline when he says they don't care who the 5th guy is. They are feeling Usi. Sami Zayn. As they're talking with Sami Zayn, the master strategist, the honorary Us, who is feeling Usi tonight. Jesus Christ. Sami says he's putting his name on a guarantee. As the honorary Us, he guarantees that the bloodline will win War Games. Oh boy. Sami Zayn puts a guarantee. Oh boy. Wrestling 101 tells you the Bloodline will not win War Games. Zayn tells Butch they got a one-on-one match, part of the World Cup. He tells Butch he's going to run through him and give him all a small taste of what they can expect for a Survivor Series. Sheamus says he's delighted with that. He is confident, but something tells him when he finds out who his 5th man is, he will crap his pants. Sheamus says it's the last thing he's going to expect. So we have a surprise in store. Anyway, Ricochet Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali has his ribs taped because of Bobby Lashley on Raw. Bobby Lashley beat the fucking shit out of him last week. Ricochet and Mustafa Ali exchange reversals. An elbow to the face by Ricochet. Ali with a right hand. He hit him in the back of the neck. Ali with a clothesline. Goes for the cover. Ricochet kicks out. Chop to the chest by Ali. He runs towards Ricochet, but Ricochet throws him into the ring apron, onto the ring apron. And a right hand by Ricochet. He climbs second row, but Ali with another right. And then Ali with a backstabber off the top rope, which was fucking fantastic. And we go to commercial break. Ricochet with an uppercut in the middle of the ring. We're back from commercial now. Ricochet runs into the ropes by Ali with a Hurricane Rana. And Ali sends Ricochet on the outside of the ring. Crossbody onto Ricochet, but Ricochet catches him and hits him with a Michinoku driver on the outside of the ring, which was fucking a great spot, by the way. Ricochet throws Ali back into the ring. Ricochet on the top rope. He goes for a corkscrew, but Ali moves out the way. And Ricochet slams onto the mat with and Ali with a modified scissor lock, but Ricochet makes it to the ropes. It was the Koji clutch. Mustafa Ali hit the Koji clutch, but Ricochet made it to the rope. Ali on the second rope, but Ricochet grabs him with a waist lock. Ali then hits him with elbows. Ricochet with a full Nelson suplex, which was fucking great, by the way. Dragon suplex. Followed by a clothesline. Ricochet with a moonsault off the second rope. He goes for the cover, but Ali kicks out. Ricochet with a kick right to the ribs. He jumps off the second rope. Ali moves out the way. Ali then spikes Ricochet with a tornado DDT. Ali on the top rope. He goes for the 450, but Ricochet moves out the way. Ricochet climbs the top rope, and then Ricochet hits the shooting star press while Ali is actually standing, and that was a fucking great spot. Another good spot. This was a good match. I'll give Rasslin 8, Logic 8. The right guy won. Ricochet got a win, and we're going to see Ricochet versus Braun Strowman next week for the World Cup. Ricochet got the win, and I get, as I said earlier on, Rasslin 8 and Logic an 8. Best match on the show, easily. And by the way, we had 4 or 5 Bloodline segments tonight. This is actually the second. Bloodline, Sami Zayn backstage. Excuse me. Jey Uso is angry, telling her he is out there talking for the Bloodline. Sami asks him what's the problem is, saying that they're going to win. Jimmy tells him they need to be on the same page before Roman gets here. Jimmy tells Sami Zayn to chill out, and he tells Jey they need to figure out who the 5th member is. Cool. Caleb Braxton backstage with the New Day. Xavier Woods say they're not in the best mood right now. Imperium walks in. He tells them they hold the record for being the biggest clowns in WWE. The biggest clowns in WWE. Jesus Christ. Imperium with the best line of the night. Ludwig Kaiser says, for the past 8 years, they have made a mockery of the sport, and now it is up to them to restore the honor of that mat that is so sacred to Imperium. They make fun of Imperium. Kofi says, Gunther looked like Lurch from the Addams Family. Yes, we got Addams Family jokes tonight. Why? That was not funny, by the way. Wood says they will find a tag team partner. They will see him in the ring. Gunther thanks them for making their point. Kofi asks if they have the Addams Family where they are, and Imperium walks away. The camera cuts to Madcap Moss. Madcap Moss is still employed. He is training, and in comes Emma, who gives him a bottle of water. She asks him how his voice is. It's been 3 weeks since the cross jacket, and he can't talk. Emma tells him it's a fresh start. She knows how good he is. To use his speed, it's a weapon. Yeah, use his speed as a weapon. Oh, by the way, Karrion Kross versus Madcap Moss. What the fuck? Oh, man. This match went 3 fucking minutes. No, this match went 4 minutes. No rating. Fuck out of here. No rating. Get out of here. This is getting no rating. I'm sorry. I like Karrion Kross, but it was a glorified squash match. No one fucking cared about this match. Plus, number one, we're setting up an angle with Emma and Madcap Moss in a relationship. No rating. All you need to know, Karrion Kross chokes him out again in the cross jacket. And Madcap Moss taps out. Commercial break. This was the best segment on this entire show coming up. Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt in the ring. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sniffing a lot tonight. He says lately he has started to realize that he has conditioned his entire life to be a certain way. And when that happens, he started to feel like changing is impossible. He was conditioned to be strong, to take. Taught that fear is respect. Lately, he started to look at the path he left behind him, and when he looked at it, it is covered in ashes and blood, which is actually true. He says he asks himself why he does the things he does, and can he actually change? And if he was LA Knight, he knows exactly how he would handle the situation, and that makes him sad. But he wanted to come out and do this and feel really strong about it. He wanted to apologize to LA Knight for headbutting him last week on SmackDown. He said he had a moment of weakness, and out comes LA Knight. He tells him for 7 days he has run it over and over again. The cheap shot heard around the world. And each time he is getting hotter than the last, but now he is out here apologizing. If he is honest about it, it has him conflicted. He spoke about fear, respect. He is looking at him, and there's something that tells him that last week, the fact that he didn't fear maybe garnered him some respect. Because when he thinks about it, the rarest commodity is respect. It's more valuable than the almighty dollar bill. He has always wanted it. No one has ever understood or gotten him. LA Knight was fucking fantastic tonight. This was a great promo. LA Knight says he is not sure what to make of his apology, but as he looks at him, he thinks he does respect him. He gets in the ring and he slaps Bray and leaves the ring. He tells him now they are even. Apology accepted. Bray is not happy. Bray tells him they are even. He says there's a lot he wants to do with him, but he won't. But the decision he's about to make right now is going to change the rest of his life. They are even as Bray extends his hand. LA Knight is on the ring apron. And then another right hand by LA Knight, and she steps down the ring apron. A cheap shot. Bray Wyatt and LA Knight had a great segment. Fantastic segment. Best segment on this entire show, easily. Better than any segment on Dynamite, except probably the MJF John Moxley segment. Other than that, this was the best segment all week, easily. By leaps and bounds. Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart. This match went 4 minutes. All you need to know is that Shayna tried for the rear naked choke thing that she did, but Shotzi countered. And then Shotzi countered, but then Shayna hit a German suplex. She goes for the cover, but Shotzi kicks out. She throws Shotzi onto the outside of the ring. She throws Shotzi back into the ring, and then Raquel Rodriguez comes out after Ronda distracted Shotzi Blackheart. Shayna throws Shotzi shoulder first in the ring close, and then Raquel Rodriguez come out. I almost said the other guy. Anyway, Raquel Rodriguez comes out. Shayna grabs Shotzi, but Shotzi rolls her up and get the pin. I give Rasslin a 4. Logic 2, because Shayna Baszler did not need to lose this match. Plus, Raquel Rodriguez did not need to come out for this at all. I mean, Shotzi Blackheart is a decent wrestler, okay? Don't get me wrong, but, I mean, Shotzi Blackheart winning over Shayna Baszler? Come on. Jesus Christ. Who made that decision? I don't get it. But as I said, Rasslin 4, Logic 2. Excuse me. We go backstage. Megan Morant, LA Knight, leaving the building. She asks him if he's afraid as why he's leaving. He tells her they're even, and if she stays at her job after she is done, and he leaves the ring. The match was not bad. The women's match was not bad. Just, why did Shayna Baszler need to lose? I don't know. By the way, LA Knight is on the floor backstage. We come back from a commercial break. LA Knight is on the floor. Yeah, he's on the floor. The 4-way to hell. Give me a fucking break. LA Knight's on the floor backstage, and WWE equipment is on top of him. Officials try to get him up. Alright, next match. Imperium versus The New Day and Braun Strowman. Why the fuck was Braun Strowman out here? I have no idea. Braun music hits. He will be their tag team partner. Gunther and Braun on the outside of the ring standing. Imperium to the outside of the ring. Kingston jumps off the top rope. But they catch him and throw him onto the ring apron. Woods runs to the ropes, but Gunther with a chop to the chest. Braun gets in the ring, and the referee calls for the bell. Gunther leaves the ring. Huh? Wait. Referee calls for the bell? Oh, to begin the match, and then we go to commercial break. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to get everybody confused. Giovanni Vinci slams Woods onto the mat. We're back in commercial. Ludwig Kaiser tags in. Kaiser with a kick to the face. A right hand by Ludwig Kaiser into Kofi. Knocks him off the apron. Woods with a right hand to Kaiser. Followed by chops. Strowman is tagged in. And Giovanni Vinci is tagged in. Shoulder tackle by Braun Strowman. Vinci runs into the ropes. He jumps off the second, but Braun knocks him down. Gunther gets in the ring. A chop onto Braun. Gunther leaves the ring. And Braun chases him on the outside. Okay. Stop right there. Gunther is afraid of Braun Strowman. Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, is afraid of Braun fucking Strowman. Who the fuck is making these decisions? Who? I want to know. I want to know so bad right now. Who the living fuck made Gunther scared of Braun fucking Strowman? Are you fucking out of your mind? Who made this decision? Who did this? Road Dogg? Bruce Pritchard? Who made this? All I need to know, Woods and Kofi Kingston, the New Day, they hit the midnight hour, and they pin Ludwig Kaiser. And that's it. Gunther leaves the ring. He's afraid of Braun Strowman. Rasslin, I'll give it this a 5. Logic 2, because Gunther should not be fucking afraid of Braun fucking Strowman. Plus, the New Day should have not won this match at all. What the fuck was this? This was the semi-main event of this show. What the fuck was this? Dear God. Caleb Braxton backstage. Strowman tells Caleb Braxton that he wants to win the World Cup tournament to take on Gunther. Ricochet tells him he's thinking too far into the future. If you keep looking past the flippy flippers, it might come back to bite him. Ricochet versus Braun Strowman next week. I'm all for it. But Gunther should not be running away from Braun fucking Strowman. Are you fucking out of your mind? This shit sucks. Alright. Butch versus Sami Zayn, main event time. It is fight night indeed in our main event. This was actually a decent main event until the goddamn finish. But yeah, the Butch versus Sami Zayn. All you need to know really is that Butch won the match with the bitter end. There was a lot of distractions by the Usos and the Bloodline, whatever. There was a lot of distractions in this match. But this was, they had a decent match. No problems from here. And Butch got the win. So I can't complain. I'll give Rasslin, I'll give it a 5.5. And Logic, I'll give it a 3. It's probably the best I can give this. So, yeah. Main event, 5.5. Logic, a 3. Solo Sikoa gets in the ring and hits Butch with the spinning solo. Drew stomps on Solo in the corner. Out comes Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. He has Superman punch on Sheamus. He spears Butch on the outside. Roman Reigns went fucking ham on this show, by the way. He went fucking crazy. Drew throws Solo onto the outside, and Roman spears Drew McIntyre. Sheamus gets in the ring, and so Sami Zayn. Sheamus throws Sami Zayn to the outside, and then Roman with a Superman punch onto Sheamus. And then finally, the 5th member of the Brawling Brutes' team at War Games, Kevin Owens is back. Yes, Kevin Owens, no longer injured, no longer limping. Kevin Owens was not even limping tonight. He was fine. He was fine. He just walked around slowly. Kevin Owens is back, everybody. Thank God. And Kevin Owens finally gets his hands on the Bloodline. Thank you, Triple H. Best thing you've done all fucking day. Alright, so Kevin Owens takes out everybody. He and Roman are face to face. Roman goes for a right, but Owens with a right hand. They go back and forth, by the way. They beat the fucking hell out of each other. Owens turns around after Owens takes care of Roman, and Owens and Sami Zayn stare deep in each other's eyes. And then Roman hits Owens with a Superman punch. Rich Holland grabs Zayn to the outside, but Zayn throws him into the barricade. Roman goes for a spear, but Owens with a kick and a stunner. And Sami Zayn was in between a rock and a hard place. He didn't know whether to help Roman or help out his friend Kevin Owens. So, yeah. We are building up towards Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn finally being a fucking tag team and finally doing something of note, especially with their friendship. Other than that, good ending segment, decent main event. I can't complain. SmackDown was great. Was it better than last week? Yes, by leaps and bounds, better than last week. And that was all. Oh, by the way, next week, War Games Advantage match: Drew and Sheamus versus the Usos. I did not expect Sheamus and Drew to win that match under any shape or form because the heels thrive off War Games, and we need the heel advantage in that match. So it would make sense. But other than that, main event 5.5 and Logic a 2. All right. Once again, we're gonna recap SmackDown very briefly. I apologize if I'm stuttering. All right. So Mustafa Ali Ricochet, I gave Rasslin 8 and Logic an 8 for that match. That was a damn good match, by the way. Fantastic match. Karrion Kross versus Madcap Moss, 0 rating. The less I talk about that match, the better. LA Knight Bray Wyatt had a great segment tonight. Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart. I'm still calling her Shotzi Blackheart. So Shayna versus Shotzi got a 4, and I gave Logic a 2. Yeah, I gave it a 2. Okay. Anyway, semi-main event. New Day versus Imperium and Braun Strowman. I gave that match a 5. I'll give it a 5, and Logic, I'll give it a 2, maybe a 3. I'll give it a 2. So there you go. And the main event, Rasslin for Butch and Sami Zayn. I'll give Rasslin a 5.5, and Logic probably a 2. Yep. Good SmackDown. This was better than last week by leaps and bounds. But anyway, everybody, that is Dynamite and SmackDown. I'm not reviewing Rampage, and the less I talk about Monday Night Raw, the fucking better. Raw was 3 hours too long. Plus, there was a lot of bullshit on that show, as they try to reintroduce Austin Theory into the mix and everything like that. But other than that, Raw was an unimportant show, which why I did not review Raw. And other than that, that's it, everybody. That was the weekly wrestling roundup for this week. I will also do another one for next week as well, as we will get closer towards Survivor Series and everything else in between. Until then, everybody, we'll see you all next week for Full Gear with me, Cabo. Rel will be on that show. I can't confirm now. And we will also see you for Survivor Series the week after that. Until then, I'm Ben Charles, and we'll see you all next time on Rasslin and Logic Extra. So long, everybody.